The exotic class items are here and, well, sorry to say for you solo players out there, but you need a duo party to actually get them. As a mainly solo or low party count player, I feel you all. But I've also seen a lot of guides talking about how difficult this mission is and, well, I hate to be that guy, but I just really don't think it is. This mission is as hard as you make it. There are a lot of callouts, but depending on how you do your callouts, it could be super easy or extremely hard. I believe I found the easiest and most efficient way to communicate with your squad mate about what's going on in this mission. Let's talk loadouts really quick before we begin. I found immense success with Microcosm and no hesitation with Physique. Microcosm deals massive precision damage, which is extremely helpful in this mission from start to finish. No hesitation with Physique is also very strong, as you'll be able to keep you and your teammate alive, so even if you're being barraged by adds, you can still focus on the mechanics without worrying about dying. Okay, let's get into the mission. Between major encounters, it's pretty straightforward where you need to go, so I won't spend much time covering that. Start up the mission and hop onto these plates. One of you will be darkness aligned and the other light aligned. You'll stay this way for the duration of the mission. Dark player, hop on the dark or orange plate. Light player, hop on the light or white plate. The barrier will drop, so just make your way forward, clearing enemies along the way. You'll eventually make your way to a cave, which will have a light plate in a cubby to the right and a dark plate in the cubby to the left. Again, step on them to clear the barrier to progress forward. You'll then find a rally banner, which marks our first major encounter. This is pretty simple. Dark Guardian up top, Light Guardian downstairs. Clear the adds and eventually a couple of glowing enemies will spawn, one light, one dark. Have the respective light and dark players take out the corresponding glowing enemy, which will drop a mote. Pick up the mote and clear more adds until you collect another mote. Now that you have 2 motes each, the light player at the bottom will see 2 symbols, and the dark player above will see an array of icons with little nodes underneath them. Light player, call out the icons you see from left to right. Dark player, shoot them in that order. The easiest way to do this is to simply call them one at a time. Light player call an icon, dark player shoot. Light player call the next, dark player shoot the next, and so on. After this first room of 2 symbols, you'll be teleported to the next room, which will have 3, also requiring 3 motes. Then teleported again to the final room, needing 4 icons and 4 motes. For callouts, these are the same icons from Vow of the Disciple. If you know those symbols by name, call them. For the rest, it's relatively simple to call these out. What worked for us was to call the major shape of the icon, then a unique color it has. There are a couple of icons that look somewhat similar, multiple pyramids or triangle, multiple witnesses, that kind of thing. So calling a color with it helped distinguish the icon more from its doppelgangers. The biggest thing here is to take it somewhat slow. If you rush, you may end up shooting the wrong icon, then having to collect motes and start again. Yes, there is a timer to this mission, but it's pretty lenient, so just go at a steady pace and don't rush things. A slow, successful run is always faster than a rushed failure.
Okay, first one is kill. Red with the stake through it. Okay. Next one is love.
Got it.
Corn.
Got it.
And black heart.
After you complete this encounter, you'll find yourself at a jumping section. Again, this is super straightforward, but this time, once you make it to the top of this room, look down for a purple light and the way forward will be in an opening in the wall. Once you find this next room, it's time for another rally and another encounter. For this one, stand on the plates to start and begin by wiping the room. There's quite a few adds, but none of them are overly difficult, and they're packed together quite closely, so a couple of grenades and explosions and the room will be clear in no time. Take out the Tormentor in the middle, then look up at the darkness shard on the wall to work on the mechanics. Surrounding the pyramid-looking shard will be smaller shoot-to-activate nodes. To clear this encounter, you must shoot the nodes that both players see are connected. The easiest way to do this is to imagine a clock. This clock is missing 11, 12, and 1. So starting on the right and going clockwise, it would be 2 all the way around to the left at 10. You can also name these 1 through 8 if that's easier. Now, this seems complicated, but stick with me. One player will call out the numbers they see connected. The other player will listen for the numbers and shoot the nodes that match their connected nodes. Again, take it easy, take your time, and get it right. If you have to list them off a couple of times, that's totally fine. Once your player correctly shoots all 3 matching nodes, it's simply rinse and repeat. Clear the room in the Tormentor, one player lists their connected nodes, the other player shoots the nodes that match the ones they see. Using this method of only one person talking, it makes it much more clear, concise, and it removes a lot of unnecessary chatter.
Alright, it's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
After you've cleared that, it's just a bit more jumping, more plates to stand on, jump pads, adds, just clear everything out and make it through. Now it's showtime. Load up for your boss damage loadout, which doesn't need to be too crazy. You have quite a bit of time here and the bosses don't really have that much health. Precision damage works best for these guys though, so as I mentioned earlier, Microcosm is great, but pretty much just use whatever you want. Start the encounter by, you guessed it, standing on the plates. The first boss comes out, shoot him. After his chunk of health gets taken down, you'll need to do more symbols. Take down some light and dark wizards that spawn up the stairs, then read the icons from top to bottom. The other player shoots them one at a time, in that order. Again, calling the icons one at a time works great. Then take the second health section out of the boss. After you're done beating him down, another boss will spawn up the stairs in the back of the room. Same thing here, take his health down, icons up here this time. Keep in mind the roles will now be reversed, so whoever was shooting the icons previously will now be reading them. After that, just take the second section of his health out. After taking the second bar of his health down, it's time for the clock callouts again. One on the left side of the room and one on the right. Each player will have to go to one side. Go to the clock that is not fully filled. You'll know it's the right one because your corresponding wizard will also be over there. Both clocks are full this time, so you'll have to deal with a couple of extra nodes. The object of this puzzle is to have both players shoot the single matching link. Again, the easiest way to do this is to have one player list off their links, and when the second player hears a link that they also have, shout out that number that matches and both players shoot that number's node. The timing here is tight, so you want to be quick. Once again, take it easy. You need to do this 3 times, but it does not have to be consecutive. If you miss one, don't sweat it. It will reset if you shoot the wrong node, so if you need to skip one, do so. For each node you correctly unlock, there will be some flying enemies that swoop in to annoy you. It's perfectly fine to halt the puzzle, clear the bats, then return to the puzzle. Once you unlock all 3 nodes, both bosses will come out. Simply clean them up and the mission is a success. Run to the back of the room to reap your rewards. I hope this guide helped out a bit. I know a lot of players are upset and struggling with this mission and the fact that you must have 2 players. If you go into it with a positive mindset, however, you'll find that it's a very fun mission that is rewarding to complete both in the game and out. Let me know what strategies you have for this mission, and until next time.
Ah! You find a way to heal myself?
Just go, ah, I'm dying! And then I'll come over and I'll help you.
Alright. Well, not yet. Oh! Okay. You're the kid.
You're more of a warlock guy, aren't you?